Ervin, thank you so much for joining us. I know you have an incredible story to tell, and this is the week that a lot of families are going to be, spending time together. In fact, tomorrow, a lot of people actually call it Blackout Wednesday. A lot of people are going to be drinking. A lot of college kids are home, for the semester, and frankly, a lot of kids are having fun. But you are talking about a serious side of just drinking in general. And first, before we kind of get into that, I just wanted you to share a little bit about your background.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And my background starts with I was extremely addicted to alcohol. I've done everything you can do with alcohol. I marketed, I sold it, and I became addicted to it. And what I would warn those who are thinking about over consuming is know your family history. And if your family has a history of alcoholism and drug addiction, I would say that perhaps you refrain from it.
Mm.
And although alcoholism and using drugs and having fun and getting blackout drunk
Mm.
promises you a good time, the consequences that come along with that would say differently.
Yeah, I know some bad decisions, and I know, as a parent, you can only say, so many things to your kid, and frankly, sometimes they just don't stick. I mean, let's be honest. But bad decisions, even one, can ruin someone's life. They just can.
Well, I would say the first time I encountered alcohol was I was about 12 years old and I drank till I got drunk. My friends who were drinking with me did not. So I was predisposed. Alcoholism has ravaged the men in our family historically.
Mm.
So I would say educate your children. And if you have had a pattern of addiction and alcoholism, speak freely and courageously to them as early as possible. The stats say if you can keep them away from alcohol and drugs until they're of legal age, they are 90% less likely to fall into alcohol or drug addiction. And then the most important thing I would say is have them listen to people like myself. I did not make one good decision with not a drop of alcohol in my body.
Yeah. Um, did you hit rock bottom, and what was that rock bottom for you?
Yeah, my rock bottom took 4 years till I descended till I weighed about 150 pounds. I woke up every day over a 4 month period, and all I did was drink all day. I would
Oh.
drink a 12 pack of beer to get out of bed. As I was getting dressed, I'd drink another 12 pack. I'd take an Uber and I'd just go to different bars and I'd drink all day and all night until I could either get an Uber home or sometimes I was just too drunk. The Uber drivers refused to bring me home.
Mm.
So they would call my wife and my wife would come and collect me. That's not the way one should live. And then I had a radical encounter as I was lying in bed one day. I basically asked God to just kill me
Mm.
because I could not live with alcohol and I could not live without it. I
Mm.
didn't think I could even stay sober for 7 seconds. And as I was asking the Lord to kill me, he said, I don't give death, I give life. Get up. I got up, went in, told my wife I wanted to go to treatment. She found a treatment center and I did 31 days. And from there, I developed spiritual disciplines and got back into church and gave my life and my will over to Christ. And I have now been sober 8 years and 8 months.
Wow, congratulations. I know that you talk about from beer to the Bible, and you clearly have, faith is very important to you. You have a faith-based recovery. For someone who isn't necessarily religious, but they do need help, is that possible? Is treatment possible without that faith aspect?
Yes, I believe so. Because when I came into treatment, I didn't know if I wanted to be a follower of Jesus Christ or of any God at that point because I was mad at God because I believed that He made me faulty, that I came from God's factory faulty because everybody else could drink and I couldn't. What I would say is just surrender first, admit that you have a problem, and allow ministries like myself or any treatment option, AA or 12-step recovery, just get into a program, and I truly believe you will be enlightened to find the God of your understanding. The God of my understanding just happens to be Christ Jesus. But I would say to someone, surrender, admit you have a problem, and find a program. And that's what we do. We are the voice of addiction, letting people know it's a disease, that there is help available no matter if you're a believer or a non believer. And we want to be the conduit to connect those who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction to the treatment resources that are out there.
What is something besides like just being genetically disposed to this disease? What is something else that maybe you would say someone should, maybe kind of look at as you have a problem?
Yes. If you don't remember, you drink to the point you do not remember what happened. If you black out, if you consume alcohol faster and in heavier quantities than your friends, and it affects you differently physically, and it sets off a craving in you, and you start to uh, get negative consequences, missing work, having horrible hangovers, I would tell you to reevaluate your relationship with alcohol.
Yeah. Great perspective, Ervin Lee. Thank you so much. The discussion is fascinating. I know we could probably talk a lot more about this, but thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and can I say one thing?
Absolutely.
If anyone is suffering from drug or alcohol addiction, please reach out to us and we will help you for free at frombeertothebible.com. That's frombeertothebible.com.
Okay. Ervin, thank you so much.